Hello, everyone. I'd like to formally introduce myself. My name is Brett Wade. I have a PhD in health sciences, and my area of interest is in health research and research that pertains particularly to health and happiness. I'm currently writing a book on the subject of health and happiness, and I'll talk more about that book in future posts on YouTube, but also on my blog as well as on my Twitter account. So I'd encourage you to follow those if you aren't already, and I will give you the address of that in a little bit. Some of you may, in fact, have found your way to my YouTube postings via Twitter or via YouTube, or also through my blog at www.drbrettwade.com. For many of you who do follow me on my blog or my Twitter account, this might be your first time actually seeing me face to face or hearing my voice, so it's really nice to be able to interact with you this way. The purpose of taking my blog and my Twitter account to YouTube is I look at it as an opportunity to summarize some of my most important, my most salient tweets that I have. And what I'm going to do is every week I'm going to try to take the top 5 tweets on my Twitter account and try to summarize them. I think sometimes with all the Twittering going on, some of these things do get lost. And I think there's just some really good things that are coming out with research related to health and happiness. So I think without further ado, I'll just jump right into it. But just to let you know, I plan to do this every week, and that's to summarize the top 5 health and happiness related tweets that I have on my account. So anyway, here we go. Number 1. This starts, by the way, from December 9th up until now, which today is December the 19th. So this is a little bit more than a week, but I will try in the future to make them the top 5 each week. Number 1 tweet that I had, in no particular order, by the way, was a tweet by the Mayo Clinic staff that I posted, and it's a really interesting one. It talks about their top ways, their top 12 ways that they felt in which we could enrich our lives through friendships. And it's really an interesting thing, and I did blog recently about the importance of friendship, but the Mayo Clinic writers talked about the following effects that are positive with having friends in our lives. One of those things is to increase your sense of belonging and purpose, to boost your happiness, to reduce your stress, improve your self-worth, help to be able to cope with things such as trauma, divorce, or serious illness, and encourage you to obtain a healthy lifestyle. So, of course, as somebody who might help you with exercise or even help you get over some of your perhaps bad habits. So that was from the Mayo Clinic. Another one from Kaiser Permanente, again, looked at 12 ways in which you could improve your health, and they put this out as a challenge. And I won't read out all 12 of them, but it was quite a good one. And just a few of them. Number 12, again, this is just reading backwards, is to give back to other people through volunteering. Number 11 is to make sure you get the recommended 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and without a doubt, sleep deprivation can take a tremendous toll on your health. Take a few minutes every day, this is number 9, to de-stress yourself, and that can be through going for a walk or meditation. Make a regular date, this is number 7, make a regular date with nature. Number 6, try something new. Number 2, get at least 30 minutes of exercise each day. And of course, that exercise doesn't have to be strenuous. In fact, one of my tweets probably a couple of weeks ago talked about how moderate exercise in many ways can be more beneficial than extreme exercise. So anyway, get 30 minutes of exercise a day. And number 1 they have is to rethink your drink, to think about kind of beverages that you're putting into your system. Things such as carbonated beverages or soda, which of course would have a lot of sodium in it, should be exchanged for things just as simple as water. Number 3, my number 3 health tweet was on Resveratrol, this lovely little polyphenol, or this molecule, which is predominantly found in fruits such as grapes, and of course tends to be more concentrated in particularly red wine. I'm sure you've heard a little bit about resveratrol. If you haven't, it's again a wonderful antioxidant which is found naturally in the skins of grapes. And this antioxidant, not only is it good for scavenging free radicals, but one of its other benefits, and this was just in an article that came out quite recently, was it has been shown to help with depression. So resveratrol, again found primarily in red wine or red grapes, is quite useful for preventing depression. Number 4, this is an article out of the American Journal of Epidemiology, and it talks about the importance of coffee in preventing the risk, or cutting in half the risk of mouth and throat cancer. So number 4, drinking at least 4 cups of caffeinated coffee a day will reduce your risk of developing throat and mouth cancer by half. So for those of you who are coffee drinkers and maybe red wine drinkers, not only can you reduce your depression, but cut your risk of mouth and throat cancer in half. Finally, the 5th one is from Dr. Mercola's website, a very popular website, and he talks about the need to unplug or reduce the amount of light, the ambient light that most of us have in our bedrooms, whether that's light from street lights, lights from some of our electronics such as clock radios, or other appliances such as DVD players, or even televisions that you might have running in the background in your bedroom. It's really important to think about unplugging those. And he talks about many of the reasons for that, but the primary reason is to really affect a hormone called melatonin. It's a neuroendocrine hormone, melatonin. And melatonin is produced at night, basically when we start to when darkness comes, we start to get this release, I should say, of melatonin. It's a very important hormone. It's actually synthesized from vitamin D. And if we have light in our environment when we're sleeping, melatonin doesn't get released, and it doesn't allow us to enter into those deep sleep stages. So we don't get that recovery, that important recovery with sleep. So again, a good article about unplugging things and making sure that our rooms are dark so we get that melatonin release, gets us to the deep sleep stages. And also, by the way, melatonin is very important for immunity and anti-cancer. Those are my top 5 tweets from December 9th up until now. And as I said, I will try to do these weekly. This is my inaugural YouTube post. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'd encourage you to check out my blog at www.drbrettwade.com. I blog weekly on, again, things related to health and happiness. And of course, I'm regularly Twittering. So again, encourage you to follow me. And for those of you who have seen this, thank you very much. And I look forward to chatting with you more. Good health.